They stitch together. They support each other. They find a way to speak the unspeakable. Common Threads Project works with survivors of gender-based violence, war, and displacement in places around the world.
A third of asylum seekers have experienced some form of gender-based violence. They're fleeing human rights abuses, they're fleeing torture, they have experienced some form of trauma, and they're seeking respite, seeking safety here in the US, in New York.
We train local clinicians, local practitioners to do a very specific intervention. This ancient practice where women come together in groups and sew story cloths. And we're just borrowing that practice and adapting it. And it turns out to be very powerful. Sewing, stitching is meditative and rhythmic and puts one into a physiological state of relaxation. And if you pair that with the very emotionally demanding work of trauma processing, we find that the women can tolerate the work of therapy because their body is in a grounded state.
They don't need to share in words what they went through. Participants were able to take control by sewing and creating their own art at their own pace. They're able to process personal narratives through the medium of story cloths. It was just powerful to witness and an emotional moment for me. As a therapist, I had to kind of hold it in and keep composure.
This piece is called Forced to Marry My Rapist. This is the woman who made the story cloth. She ran off. She made her way to safety where she could tell this story to a circle. And the women in the group noticed what she didn't even realize. She made this without any hands or feet. The mother had no agency. And she winds up promising herself that she will not wind up like her mother. She will have agency.
Often with torture, with trauma, people wind up feeling very isolated. They feeling alone. Here, what we're doing is we're bringing women together.
With the story cloths, when women decide to display them and to share them with the world, it's for us to bear witness, to stand in solidarity, to hear the story and to say, I hear you, I'm with you.
It's been a transformative experience of reconnection for the participants and ourselves as facilitators as well. And we're glad to have that sense of community again.
Our healing circles are actually pretty joyful. It's just remarkable. I mean, this is what keeps me going. I so admire the strength, the courage, and the vitality of these women. Really quite a remarkable transformation where they do go from victims to survivors to agents of change.